you, John. I appreciate that. And
I didn't get recorded.
No, you didn't. John,
too
wait,
late.
hang on one second. John, you did not get recorded. Go ahead. I'll give you an opportunity to give your plug again really quick.
Real quick, I'll just say, hey, order your NHD reports at time of listing. There's no penalty to you or your clients. I recommend you to do so because you'll know if there's anything in there that you'll have to consult with your insurance agent to find out how much additional insurance you might have to pay. Remember, the tax report is very important because it not only gives you all taxes, but it gives you the Melrose, the 1915 bond, and the PACE Hero information. PACE Heroes may be a loan, but they're paid back through the taxes. And as a risk management tool, get your environmental reports, because once they sign off on it, it's a done deal and you can move on to the next aspect of it. If you want your NHDs right on, please call John. And I'm in person for the training of the NHD training tomorrow. So you can be via Zoom if you want to be safe and you're scared. Otherwise, come and see me. I'd love to see you. Thank you so much. My information will be in the chat.
Thank you, John. That was verbatimly word for word, like you had already done it. You're really good at what you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And now we have Maria. Maria, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Good to see everyone. Thank you, Sylvia, for letting us be part of your office. And Calvin, always a pleasure to serve you. Just a quick little tidbit. You know, when you provide a home inspection on these homes, many times we have the home inspector go in and do the inspection and do the testing for the electrical, right? And it passes. Everything's working. Everyone's happy. Buyer proceeds, removes contingencies, you close. But then 2 months later, the buyer calls in for service because now his breaker is going off constantly and, you know, causing a conundrum on his electrical. So he calls in on Republic to get a service, and he goes out and he comes to find out that the actual panel box is not even up to code. The amps on the panel box are only 100 and the square footage of the home requires 200. So that's kind of like a little tip when you're conducting your home inspections. Maybe go an extra step further. Make sure that panel box is up to code and can service the square footage of that home. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll put my information in the chat and you have a great day.
You have a great day. And next I see here, Scott. Scott, you're up.
Hey, everybody. Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors. Right now, as you know, is a very, very competitive time to get your offers accepted. So you need to work with a lender that can give a, really, really thorough pre-approval, because if you ever get cross-qualified and they start asking for information, if you don't have a full package, and like, let's just say I'm the one cross-qualifying, if a guy like me is cross-qualifying and you don't have a complete package, you're not going to get your offer accepted. So I'm saying whoever you're dealing with, hopefully it's me, I'll do your pre-approval, and I'll also help you to sell your client to the listing agent about how strong they are, the extent that I want to do the pre-approval, the documentation I have, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, hopefully you can use me, Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors. I'm going to be putting you guys on like mute and driving to my next appointment and listening in. But Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors, your deal is no joke to me, and thanks for letting us participate.
Thank you very much. And Scott, can you share why you say it's no joke to you, because you're a lender? For those that are here, don't have a little background.
Yes, I do. I do stand-up comedy on the side. That's my side hustle, and I just did a couple of shows this weekend. I'm going to be doing one in April 4th, I think, in Westminster, and I'm going to be actually on TV on the Game Show Network April 8th. That's Friday, April 8th on the Game Show Network on a show called Chain Reaction. So
what time is that on, Scott?
I don't know what time it's on.
Oh, okay.
But I'll check that. I'll let you guys know. I think we have a meeting between now and then, but yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, let us know.
Let me plug that.
So Scott,
Right,
will you please send us an email and we'll share it here in our office? I'll make sure it goes out to all of our network.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you so much. And and I appreciate that. And I appreciate what you've done for my client as well. Next here, Annie, you're up.
Good morning. This is Annie from Chicago Title. We all know first quarter is almost over for 2022. Have you set up your second quarter marketing plan? make sure you have the comparable sales cards ready as one of your pieces for sure, because we know equity is still up and the neighborhood needs to see. If you need that, I could definitely help you with it. And I wanted to let everybody know, if you have a up and coming listings, we do have an open house kit and we can definitely help you with that. And my team and I feel so lucky to work with all of you. If we haven't had a deal together, just know we will love to show you Chicago Title's differences, not only to we help closer deals, but we also have solutions and best practice of tools and services that help agents to do more business. And thank you again.
Thank you. That's really awesome. Thank you so much. Brandon, you're up.
Good morning, Sylvia. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a fantastic end of the month. I know we're getting close to April here. Can't believe it. If you guys have any questions in regards to the NHD report, or you ever have clients who have specific questions, I always say, if you don't know something, give us a call. Give me a call and I can get either, if I can't answer the question, we have a geology staff that is very knowledgeable, as well as a tax department that can answer very specific questions when your clients are very analytical and they want those very, very specific questions on whether it's in a flood zone and why it's in that flood zone, and it's in a 500 versus 100-year flood zone. We know that those clients exist out there. So I'm always a resource and I'm always here for you guys. So if you ever have any questions, I'll put my information in the chat and you can reach out to me at any time.
Sounds wonderful. And who I have here behind me in person is Nancy, and she's up.
Hello, everybody. Nancy Chan, Lawyers Title, 40 years. I'm here to help you. Let me know what I can do for you. Thank you. 24/7. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And next who I see here is Joe. Joe, you're up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joe Haggerty. I'm with Orange Coast Title. Happy to be here as well. I just wanted to share a quick tip on looking at your client's preliminary title report when they're buying a property or selling a property. It's always important to understand everything going on. But right now, I just had this client emailing me yesterday about an easement for a sewer line. So they had, her client bought a house that has an easement for, that benefits from an easement that runs through the neighbor's backyard for the sewer line. So the guy's sewer line connects through the neighbor's property, and now he's being harassed. It sounds crazy, but he's being harassed by his neighbor to redirect the sewer line. But does he really need to do it? No, he doesn't really need to do it. But it's a good thing to understand, when your client's buying the property, what they're getting into. If they have a sewer line running through someone's backyard, that could be an issue later on for them dealing with the neighbor. I don't know how this is going to end up, but they're about to go both hire attorneys because, the neighbor doesn't like it. And now this guy has to live next to someone who is just obnoxious and everything. So, it's good to know where all the easements sit, and to know which ones are benefiting you. They're going to show up in the first exhibit A of the property, the legal description of your property. So if you guys ever have any questions on a preliminary title report, or you need help understanding the easements found on that report, give me a call, send me the report. I'll go over it with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Next here, I have Sage. Sage, you're up.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to touch briefly on local disclosures. So natural hazard disclosure and the industry is an unregulated industry. That's why all of our reports are written differently. When you look at them, they're not the same. So other than the 6 that are legally mandated, NHG companies can choose to provide what they want within that NHG. So local disclosures aren't legally mandated. So some NHG companies aren't going to provide that local data, some are. My NHG provides not only that fire local data, but earthquake and flood as well. And why that's so important is because the city and the county override these states every single time. So let me give you an example. City of Claremont, that's where I live. we had a bunch of fires here maybe like 20 years ago. My best friend's childhood home burnt down, and they're trying to sell the property land right now. The state of California said, hey, you're not in a fire zone, but the city of Claremont said, yes, you are. And why that's important is the city is going to override these states every single time. So make sure you're choosing an NHG company that is going to provide you with that local disclosure, because not all NHG companies do provide that. So anyways, thank you so much for having me, and everyone have a great day.
Thank you, appreciate that. And next I see here is Angie. Angie, you're up.
Hi, good morning, guys. Angie Tang, First American Title. I wanted to talk about plotted easements. So what Joe was mentioning, we can always get those plotted easements so we can figure out where all those easements lie. That way, once you close it, you'll be able to see where everything is on that map. And it's all color coordinated, so it's easy for you to see. I'm here to help you grow your business. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thank you.
Thank you. Pam, you're next. You're up.
Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. I want to remind all the agents about the added coverage for the home warranty for starting April 1st. Our complete plan is going to automatically include the roof. It's automatically going to include up to $7,000 on kitchen appliances instead of only $3,000. Huge, because everyone's upgrading their appliances. Third, free service fee on the rekey. And fourth, up to $1,200 in modifications, meaning if we're replacing a unit, AC, water here, you automatically get an extra $1,200 on that if you have some non-covered costs. So huge on the extra plan. I do have a new cheat sheet, so if you need that and you have any questions, please call me. If you are closing in April and you want to wait to the better plan, which most are doing, just call me after April 1st and we can order that in April. Anything that we order now, it's with the older plan. So hope that makes sense. I'm here if you need me. Thank you so much, and be safe.
Thank you so much, Pam. Appreciate that. And as you know, we love to hug our trees here, especially me. So anything that any of your affiliates have that you can email us on a link, email it to myself and Jael, and then we can go ahead and share it with the group.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Rick Sanchez, are you an affiliate or are you an agent? I'm sorry.
I'm an affiliate. Good morning.
Are you? Okay, good morning. I'm Sylvia Ramos and I'm the manager here. So please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Rick Sanchez. I'm a mortgage loan originator with Guaranteed Rate. I specialize in business owners, real estate investors, and foreign nationals. So we do have the ability to issue a loan to anyone, but that is my specialty. A couple of things I wanted to share with you guys today is some of our unique loan programs that we just rolled out. One of them being a 1% down purchase with no PMI. However, that is only available in LA County and Orange County. So again, 1% down, no PMI. And when I did a scenario, when I compared it with a 3% down of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or an FHA loan, this loan program actually was better on a monthly basis. I'm happy to share some scenarios offline. The other one is a 3.5% down on jumbo loans. And the loan amounts can go up to 1.75 million. That again is with no PMI. And the third one that we just rolled out is our 100% loan to value for doctors. So a doctor loan program. So those are the three unique loan programs that I have. And I want to let you guys go with a quick best practice that I have with some of my agents when we're looking into a potential buyer. And is that I focus on the monthly budget of this buyer, not necessarily how much they qualify for or the purchase price. And the reason why that has been successful for us is because then they focus on the monthly budget. If they have to offer more of a purchase price, it's easier for them to do that because again, they're focusing on the monthly budget. Again, Rick Sanchez, I'll put my contact information in the chat.
Thanks for joining us, Rick. I invited him.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Calvin.
Are there any other affiliates here on Zoom that I may have missed? We have a large attendance, so I'm trying to see everyone here. Is there anyone? Speak your mind now. Don't want to miss you. You're important too. No? Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Kelvin so Kelvin can introduce our guests here in person. However, before you do that, Kelvin, I want every single agent that is on Zoom to understand while supplies last, there is an abundance of goodies here. There is crispy cakes, there are notepads, there are books, and there's this really neat, really neat world journal with information on it. This is while supplies last. So I love to see you on Zoom, and hopefully I get to see you in person. Stay hydrated. It's on you now, Kelvin.
I love having and seeing the affiliates also still coming back to the office back again. So thank you all for being here. We really want to bring back people, bringing people back together again, BPT. So appreciate and wanted to share and announce just another affiliate as well who wanted to share their products and portfolio very specific towards CTPC mortgage, and the lenders over there is Yvonne Liao is over there. Yvonne? And Peter from CTBC to share about their products and offerings for maybe foreign nationals and different products for loans. So Yvonne, why don't you come on up?
Yeah, here. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. We're getting coordinated here. So there's 4. Here we have an additional person here as well. Introduce themselves. Yvonne's going to take over.
Okay, I'll be the first. Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for having us here. My name is Peter Tin. I'm the branch manager for CTBC Bank, Arcadia branch. I'm here with my fellow colleagues, Anson, Yvonne, and Lawrence. Just to a little bit introduce ourselves, we are a privately owned Taiwan bank, but we have about 16 branches here in the United States. And our primary niche is we are a full service bank that provides services in banking, wealth management, but our niche is SBA lending and also commercial lending. So without further ado, I'm also going to introduce our SVP relation manager, Yvonne. I'm happy to say hello to you, everyone.
Has the opportunity open for a Zoom meeting with the CTBC Bank. We like to feature any opportunity to deliver service for finance, like commercial property purchase or real finance. Anywhere business discuss or open business branch service we can deliver. Just welcome to contact with us.
Thank you. Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Anson Fong. I'm the branch manager at Monterey Park. It's a very pleasure to having us to be here. So let me turn it over to the SV team media Lawrence.
Hey, this is Lawrence. Okay, so we are the city of manager in Los Angeles. Actually, we're asking people to ask for a loan, actually a loan amount of up to $50 million with only 10% to buy the property for your client. So we're special all kinds of commercial buildings such as warehouse, office, retail, even conventional. And of course, we are really fast around the turnaround processing time. And then, if you have any client, the bank can be qualified or, we certificate, you can feel free to contact us, usually one of us, and then we will go ahead. Of course, even the SBA and file for, we also offer free season, the broker referral incentive. So actually this is compared to the rest of them, we are over very high. And then please feel free to contact us if your customer have any the need for the SBA, we can have agreement and every frequent time. Thank you.
We speak Mandarin, Cantonese, Taiwanese, Vietnamese, everything English. Yes. So thank you. So great to meet everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys coming and bringing the goodies, guys, and having CTBC here. Sage, I remember you. Thank you for bringing over the Krispy Kreme special St. Patrick's Day donuts. My son enjoyed one of those, so thank you very much. And everyone and all the other affiliates, we appreciate you being here. Today, I wanted to cover a lot of different things. I just wanted to make sure, is there any other affiliates around, or let's get everything in order.
Calvin, did you like the cookies? I brought cookies.
Thank you. No, I do. I remember the cookies too. We finished most of them. I think there's only a few left. Thanks, John. So let's get everything in order. I'm going to start pulling up my slides. And if you do have any things that you want to talk about or discuss today, feel free. I'll ask you guys on what's going on terms of the market. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's really triggering the activity right now. So I think it's really important. And I'm also going to give you some realtor tax tips as well. So stick around if you want to learn about your Schedule C, itemized deductions, and some tips in general for realtors. So I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint. Bear with me in a second. Hope you guys can see that okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, John. You guys, it's already the end of March, guys. So we're already chugging along through the first quarter of 2022. And I just want to start out with, I know the Fed met last week. They inferred about what's going on with inflation, their targeted rates on 10-year Treasury. They did decide to increase it by 0.25%. So that has ripple effects on the mortgage industry. Clearly, you're seeing borrowers now well over 4% now, maybe a 4.25% for a 30-year loan if they're lucky. Maybe even slightly higher if the lender's trying to get a little bit more out of this and pricing in the future, because we're still going to have another 6 or 7 more rate hikes throughout the rest of this year. Okay, and they're even saying that the Fed may not be doing enough to fight inflation. There might be a 0.5% rate hike, not just a 0.25% that they intended to say dabble it through each time. So I think it's important, but let's start out today because I know everyone's been busy. I've been hearing that buzzword so much recently, and I wanted to focus on that as a theme today. So nobody is too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. And I hear this all the time. It's like, hey, Kelvin, how you doing? And then, someone will say something like, oh, I'm just busy, busy, busy. Oh, I got so much stuff on my mind, or so many things bogging me down. And I just want to remind you that we here as realtors, we want to be positive, stay optimistic, because your energy will feed off others' energy. And so you want to be a positive member of your community, of your church, of your organizations, of your, even in the office. And I want to remind you that if you have that negative energy dragging you down, you're spreading that to others. Just like COVID, it's contagious. So bring positive energy around to you and your others, your family, because it's really gonna just bounce off, and then hopefully you're not too busy to spend that extra 2 minutes talking to that person, getting that personal connection back. So many people lost that ability to connect during COVID, and I want you guys to be strong in how you really engage with others, how you really naturally get a conversation from A to B to C to lastly, do you know anyone who wants to buy or sell real estate? I would love to help them. I'm never too busy for your referrals. Okay, is that fair? Try that out this month, okay? Let's see if that increases your business or your relationships and improves them. So here's some tips to help you if you're really busy in your life, because I know it is tax season. A reminder, guys. Also, don't forget, it's going to be your property tax payments. So reminder, it's a good time. I know everyone's busy, but it's okay to pick up the phone, call your people, remind them on important things, and connect. Okay, because this is a numbers game. It's also a timing game. People often decide to sell, make decisions right after they finish their taxes, and they go, "What? I'm paying this much? Oh, I have this much gains," or they're thinking about finance. Why not talk about and think about, consider buying or selling real estate, 1031 exchange, introduce them the product that they may not know about. Hey, things are really good in the real estate arena. Share the positivity of what's going on that may be helpful to them. So here's the 9 tips for you to really improve your business, not only your personal life, And even though I know we're all busy, there are things and small steps we can incorporate into our daily activities, maybe in a morning session, maybe when you really want to do a few affirmations to tell you what you're going to try to remind you to do today. So let's go ahead and start with appreciation. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. And don't just, so I'm grateful for my life and family. You change it up, okay? Because there's so much we have to be grateful for. you know, whether it's your children, whether it's having food on your in front of your plate, whether you have a good listing that appointment coming soon. Maybe you have a closing next week. I don't care what it is, but if you write it down, you spend a moment, 1 minute, just really changing up in 3 different things you're grateful for every day, you can learn that you have so much to be grateful for. You see right behind me, there's a little Ukrainian girl. And guess what? They're going through a war right now. They're going through unrest, civil unrest, financial, even the Russians themselves are going through financial distress. Corporations, McDonald's, and all these different businesses are leaving their country, not doing business because of sanctions. And just as simple as being able to go to McDonald's, we're grateful that we can do that if we wanted to any single time and pick up the filet of fish on Fridays. But I want you to understand that our economy and our American life is nowhere near what other countries are like. I hope you have the ability to travel and see what third world underdeveloped countries look like, because I can tell you we really do have so much to be grateful. Never argue with strangers, okay? First of all, you know, we don't know each other, but there's a civil amount of respect that we should have for each one another. I don't care if they're foreigners. I don't care if they treat you bad or look at you the wrong way. There's no point in having an argument. You'll live life better knowing that, not letting other people bother you. Okay, you stick fixed to your goals, to what you want to accomplish and achieve, and your life will be much, much better off when you just kind of like a rock and a shield, and that no one's opinion about you or what you've done or yours opinion about others, none of that really matters. Okay, the big picture is who is your friends and family and your clientele, your business. Celebrate your success more often. So even small wins like taking an appointment, that's a win. Connecting with a new lead, that's a win. Getting a referral, getting a signed contract, showing a property. There's a small win. So it doesn't have to necessarily only celebrate paychecks. Okay. Just getting your business activities and I hit 50 doors today, or I made 100 contacts today. That's a win. Okay. Now, stop comparing with others. I hate this so much. You're not in competition with the rest of the 225,000 realtors in California. You're only in competition with yourself, because every person and realtor has their own background, their own unique value propositions. And I want you to identify that you deliver something different and you're your own business. Focus on yourself and your clients, because if I compare my brokerage to another brokerage or this manager to that company and the Coldwell Banker Blue versus all the other colors of real estate flags out there, all we're doing is just comparing one service to another service, whereas that's going to hold you back. That's all reflecting on the past. Instead, you should be focusing and comparing what your capabilities are, what your talents are, what your time that you want to dedicate to real estate is, and how can I prioritize my time efficiently so that I can hit my goals of 100,000 a year, 500,000. I don't care what your sales goals are, but you really need to just stop comparing, because everyone's at a different level. Everyone has a different amount of contacts. Everyone has a different amount of networks and organizations and people that they reach out to, and they try different methods and strategies, different farms, different neighborhoods. So people are going to be at different levels of success. Allow yourself to be vulnerable is number 5. Vulnerability is a very humble thing to have, but once you start appreciating and understanding that you're not perfect, that you always have room for growth, you always can improve yourself, your strategies, the methodology of how you conduct business, your presentation skills, your communication skills, all of this. If you can appreciate, respect, and trust, you have ways to go and to prove, and every day you can work on some new thing that will lead to future growth, because you really need to, if you have that mindset that I'm a high ego person, I'm perfect, everything I do is working well, I had a great year last year, I can keep on doing it again. If you keep on consistently believing that you're doing fine and great, you are in denial. Okay. Yeah. So I want you to just really just try to focus on how we can improve every day. And it maybe I don't have to improve myself. Maybe I can improve my family or my partners or those around me. Okay, I can get the systems improved. Number 6 is declutter. So spring season is the time to declutter, throw away old things, because a lot of distractions are in front of you. You have obstacles and things in your life, in your office, and your home could be distracting you from having a clear mindset, focused on your goals, focused on business, focused on helping others. So just a reminder that's helpful for your aura. Use more positive words in your life. Like everyone says, don't take out the word no, and I don't know the vocabulary can't in my
Yes.
dictionary, and that's true. Okay, I can try, I can always learn, I can always do something new, and positive words are really great at how you, like I started with when you talk to others, is that positivity is contagious. So you will attract others and referrals when you're a positive person yourself. Cry when you're really sad. And I'm not telling you to be a super emo person where you're, oh, I didn't win this listing, or my buyer's offer, we tried so hard and we went 100,000 over asking and we didn't get this. And if you cry when you're sad, I mean, it's okay to be sad and compassionate for your business, for your clients. I understand that. If you cried in front of your clients, they would be so wrapped up in how emotionally attached you are to them. I believe you would stay and they would stick loyal with you. So I'm not using that as a strategy, but I'm telling you that if you did that, I can tell you, your clients will really say, wow, this person is even more sad about not getting their offer accepted than we are. Wow, this agent is great. Okay.
Hey, Kelvin, tears are
yeah.
also for happy tears, not just sad tears.
Yeah, there's happy tears too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is healthy activity because it does release some, I forgot what it is, but some sort of endorphin inside you.
Endorphins, right.
So in that does help you really re-energize, refresh, and keep on going, because there's a lot of sadness in this world. I mean, not even just what's going on in the Russian-Ukraine conflict, but there's a lot of sadness going on with homelessness in our own state, in our own country. There's a lot of affordability issues and housing. There's a lot of political unrest and a lot of heated battles of non-legislation going through because we have a very split Congress. And I can tell you, we have a recession on the horizon. So there's things to be sad about. Okay, so be grateful though. And lastly, spend some time alone regularly. It's good to do some yoga or meditation, or if you're in the Asian descent, do some little bit of Tai Chi, release that energy. But the purpose of this is to reflect. It is to see and have the perspective of your life, of where you're at. Are you hitting your goals? Are you checking things off of your bucket list? Or are you putting all these distractions and allowing TV and news and YouTube bog you down and prevent you from your full abilities? So I hope you can spend that time to reflect and just meditate on where you need to grow. And I think these are really going to make you mentally strong in our busy lives. So hope you take this to heart. I think it is valuable to spend this 2 minutes. Thank you for letting me at least have some things to reflect on while we get business activities going. I appreciate all of you being here and sticking strong with our Zoom schedules. I really want to bring back live meetings as well. I mean, I hope we're starting to have a little bit more of a reduction in COVID protocols. So I do want to plan for our busy spring, summer season soon, live sales meetings. So affiliates, you can be able to come. Realtors, I want to see you here in person, or still continue doing a hybrid of Zoom. But we're missing that engagement of the energy. And I think, and I love seeing people around because that feeds off others. John Wax, he's got a 3-part training. So he's continuing on, really teaching us about NHD and how we can help better consult our clients regarding tax environmental reports, differentiating the Mello-Roos special assessments and various types of things on the environmental report, including the new requirement regarding fire hardening and defensive space, new requirements in high or very high fire zones. So just get the training, understand what things need to be done, fireproofing your windows and having a little bit of a defensible space from the woods. So I also want to point to you next week. We really had a cool class with lunch provided. So this is going to be March 31st, how to deal with iBuyers. These are people who are either coming from buyers or leads from Zillow. These people are trying to take our clients, and these buyers are online are very, very, what you call the word, maybe not necessarily use the word loyal, but they would just go with, they're very quick to act. And if you don't give them answers, if you don't separate and separate what we as realtors do differently, we're going to allow all these online threats or people who are approaching sellers directly, buying them, straight from the sellers. They're taking away our market share. So I know they have a really good class and tips how we can give what's called the strong objection handling on how to answer. Well, this person, Zillow's offered me this for my home, or this company like Open Doors is offering me that. And I want you to be able to differentiate the value of the MLS, the realtors, what we do to not only, it's not about price, but you got to look at what is their closing costs. You got to look at their fees. You got to look at market value versus investors' value. There's a lot of different things to consider and think about. And I have personally been successful with getting a listing signed from someone who was actually going to sell to an iBuyer. So once I elaborated and shared, did you look at this detail? Did you look at the fee that they're charging you? Oh, but there's no commission charged. Oh, there's a fee though. And so I had to point them in a different way. And then they go, oh, wow, yeah, there's a 6%, 7% fee. Okay, so join us for that class and get free lunch. And I also have a very important session. This is something I want to say is mandatory, but I can't because you're an independent contractor. So I would say this is highly, highly, strongly recommended to learn from Kelly Richardson. He is one of CAR's legal attorneys. Part of their, if we call the legal hotline, he is one of the local ones that gets and answers questions to realtors. So I want you to understand that I know him personally. We've asked him, Sylvia asked him to come speak with us at 5 o'clock on Thursday. It'll be a half an hour speaking presentation and a half an hour of your questions, anything you want about real estate. He knows a lot. He's actually involved in the structure and the language of drafting our new RPA and all the past RPA revisions. So please, please, please come out, join us for this training, because I really wanted you to understand risk management, disclosures, and what the legal aspects of going on in real estate, because no one sues each other. Oh, okay. Not many lawsuits and litigation or complaints happened during the last 12 years because everyone was making money and house appreciation was greatly appreciating. So when you're making money off of your equity of your home, there's no complaints to be made. But guess what? The next 5 years is not going to be so rosy. We're going to have a potential recession at the end of the year or maybe next year. We're going to have a downturn. We might have a slowdown. We might have super high inflation causing people's 5-year arm or 10-year arm to be out of control, where they might have to lose their home because the interest rates are so high. So if this is the case, then that's when there's a downturn. That's when people start complaining, filing litigation, consulting with attorneys, and chasing realtors. So I really want you to stay in the forefront of this, be proactive, learn how to improve your business practice. This is practically mandatory, but I can't tell you, please be here, okay?
Sure. Kelvin, can I add something to that?
Yes, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Of course. So agents, I want you to know that Kelly Richardson is a very highly sought out attorney. Kelvin already hit all the key points for him, but it's because of the relationship that we have, ourselves and Kelvin as, being past presidents, former presidents of the Arcadia Association of Realtor. Kelly Richardson is very high demand, charging at almost $700 an hour to get an hour of his time here in our office. It's gold. So please, I can't express enough to please attend, because every speaker that we have here has value to offer you. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to invest in yourself. Kelvin brought up the key points earlier on the 9 line items, which I've been targeting every single one of them, especially 6, decluttering. So investing in yourself is very important. For any of you agents, I have several of you that call me even at 11 o'clock at night and have some concerns. And you know what? Sometimes just hearing somebody on the other side of a line, not necessarily having to say anything, is helpful. And I want you to know that I'm there for you. I'm not too busy for you. Kelvin and I and Mark, we complement each other because we all have something that we can give you. So with that, attend this training. Do yourself a favor. You're not doing us a favor. Do yourself a favor. Invest in yourself. Thank you.
Great, thanks for that. Okay, can't plug that anymore. There's a great mastermind series if you want to take classes with Tamara Suminski, who is very involved with CAR. She's a great speaker, learning about lead generation. I think that's a very important topic for us right now, because as we see a small slowdown in sales activity, it's really more inventory driven. But as we see this going, we do need to learn how we're going to focus and generate the next pipeline of leads for the next 2-3 months. So if you're actively working without a business plan, without how you're going to work on and get your next lead, I can tell you you're not doing this right. So learn from successful realtors. There's a whole schedule of events going on right now. On March 28th is another one, Winning with Buyers. So great best practices on creating that loyalty, winning offers, boosting referrals, and crying in front of your clients is how you're going to get your loyalty with your buyers. I can tell you there's some cool ideas here in April 4th, top 10 things realtors should be doing for home sellers. So those are the last 2 part of these mastermind series. Generate and log in. It's absolutely free. My commercial classes are here. I still share them online, unlisted on YouTube. And don't forget, there is still phase 1 and phase 2 of the LA County Tenant Protections Resolution. So this is important to remind any landlords trying to vacate their space to please abide and follow and know their county, city, and state laws regarding tenant protections, okay? Because they all have a variety of various language, and you got to advise them that you do not handle property management, and you cannot advise on these matters because everything has changed so much. They should speak towards someone more familiar, or eviction attorney, property manager, or housing resources. Housing is Key is the best website right now for landlords to get some help. So I can tell you there's a lot of ordinances in place. Affordable housing is still a very big issue here in California. So I didn't want to play this video. I left it on here, but this is a good video about heading into a recession. I'll leave the link here because it's a 20-minute video because I think it's important and relevant, a great speaker. And this is from Resource TV. Wanted you to just understand the headwinds, the signals heading in our way, and how we can prepare our clients and ourselves. The news for CAR, this is the write-up for this month. I'll take the link real quick. And share my screen on the CAR weekly write-up so we can understand what's going on in this week in real estate news. You guys see my screen right here?
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you guys. So as expected, the Fed did raise its hikes 0.25%. Now the 30-year is above 4% for the first time since May of 2019. And they expect 2022 existing housing supply expected to slightly improve in the near term. So we are still seeing a little bit more rise of inventory, especially as some landlords are being able to get their spaces back and putting their property on the market or not. So I do expect more housing supply probably after June, after evictions are allowed for owners to occupy and vacate for themselves and immediate family members. So I'll see a little bit more of a supply coming. But the Fed does raise their hikes. Each meeting, they might be a quarter, 25 basis points or a half, 50 basis points each time they meet. So that's what's expected. So none of this is a surprise. Everyone anticipated this. And quite frankly, maybe the war in Russia, Ukraine did soften the rate hike a little bit, or just postponed it for a little bit. California home sales, they stayed solid. So rates climbed further, prices haven't changed. So even though the sales activity has slowed down, that's really more due to the lack of inventory of available homes to show and sell. So though we see right now in February, I can tell you the end of month statistics is a 2-month supply of listings. So if listing inventory is 2 months, that still signals a seller's market. And if you think in normal market, in real estate speaking, it should be 4 to 6 months of inventory would be considered a normal market. So we still are a seller's market right now, lack of supply. Using the US housing starts jumps in February. The West remains soft in terms of new home construction. So I know a lot of builders are building in other states where there's less risk, more affordable land. But California and the West seems to be a decline. There's a little bit of a builder confidence kind of declining right now. There's a lot of fears. Wow, what if there's a recession? What if it takes us a year to get this project completed and the prices drop 5–10%? Okay, what if the supply of wood, lumber, steel, all these extra supplies continues to be very, very high and inflated? Then guess what? They're going to have to pass these costs to the consumers. And will the new buyers next year, when the property is finally ready, are they going to be able to stomach and afford the higher increased prices due to the high shortage of goods? So there's a lot of fears right now. So you're going to see not too much new construction going on unless they're already got their project going right now and entitled. The retail sales slows a little bit as Americans face higher prices. So you're looking at this little picture of what's called disposable, your income, your total income as a family household. Maybe let's say it's $100,000, okay? Now, don't forget, they have a fixed amount dedicated towards your mortgage or to your rent payment. And let's say that's 20 to 40% of your fixed income, of your gross income is going towards your mortgage or towards your rent. Great. Rents are rising right now, soaring high. The rental rates are so high in so many different areas. That's taking a larger piece of your pie of your total income. And if you had a fixed income, like a 30-year mortgage that you secured last year or the year before at 3%, that's great. If you had an ARM mortgage, you're going to start suffering as soon as your teaser rate expires. Now, when you look at gas prices of oil, and that's taking up another 10–20% rate hike of your income. And then you look at groceries, then you look at your insurance premium, then you look at your auto insurance and your home insurance, property insurance. Everything is taking a larger piece of that pie. So what does that mean to my disposable income that's left over, my savings? It might not be much as a small household earning only $100,000. So affordability is not simply just about your mortgage rate. It's not simply just about the cost of the price of the home. You got to, so you can, Rick Sanchez had a great tip, look at the mortgage payment per month, and can they afford that based on their income? The good thing is people's incomes has risen over the last year. That's over the last 2. More people went back to work. Unemployment rates are low. So that's all the good things. But in relation to inflation, people's household income or a true spendable income is not really any greater. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. That's the weekly write-up. I'm going to stop sharing my other screen again. Any questions on this? Okay. And we'll get into our new listings and pretty soon. Reminder, it's tax season, so I don't always have money, but as a realtor, when I do, you know it's tax season. We end up a lot of times filing at last minute. A lot of realtors do Schedule C, and because we don't have our taxes withheld every single month, sometimes this is the end of the year where most realtors have more disposable income in their bank accounts prior to tax payments. So I just want to remind you some of the biggest problems for tax tips for realtors real quick. Our income is hard to forecast and foresee. So we do have up and down income. As spring and summer months, we might make more commissions. Winter, we might slow down. So it's hard to budget and anticipate for how many transactions you do every year. But that's why we set up our business plan. And that's why we look at, and that's why lenders look at your past 2 years, 3 years history so that they can predict what you're capable of. And hopefully you're surpassing last year's numbers. So many of you in 2021 had more sales in 2020 and in 2019. So I'm proud that I'm seeing you guys in general getting better, but I know none of you are tapping your full potential. You have a high chance of audit just by living here in California. Why? Because we have higher incomes, we have higher tax rates, we have a lot more incidents of tax issues. And so I know federally speaking, IRS has a higher chance of audit in New York and California. So the problem right now, I'm not going to talk about this and this, but what I want to just say, the good thing of being a realtor, this is a special benefit that we have, is we are not forced to withhold like ordinary W-2 employees. We can claim Schedule C itemized deductions. So let's talk about that real quick. I want to remind you that the burden of any itemized deduction, the burden of proof falls on the taxpayer, not your CPA, not your banks or accountants. So you have the burden of proof. That is why your CPA tax accountant always asks, can I have documentation? Can I have your receipt? Can I justify this expense legally? So that's where you need to have, my tips to you is keep your business receipts, keep it all in a file, folders, or separate them out of what is your business journal of events and activities. So if you're old fashioned, go ahead and get yourself a calendar, a journal, and just write down every single activity that you're doing that you're planning to deduct at an April tax season. Every year, you should be checking and referring to your business journal. I spent this much during February, new signs and marketing. I had a campaign of postcards and postage stamps in April, 4 times a year. So these are, and then, it's great if you have evidence. It's great if you have a copy of it, of everything and the receipt that you paid. I did open houses on 4 Sundays for the last 6 weeks. So I write 6 open houses. This is my expense for water and cookies and donuts and whatever you want to share. Don't forget to log your mileage expenses in that same journal. Oh, if you're new fashioned and you're into tech and you're a young millennial, get an app. A lot of apps have a business journal that you can dedicate it even for realtors, where you can log these entries. So that way, when it comes to tax season, you can show this app and all your journal entries to your accountant. When you're logging your miles and expenses, a lot of your auto mileage, that's one of your greatest benefits. So track your miles, track what's not your personal miles, separate out what's your business miles, not your commute to work. And so when you're doing all these things, you just say, I had to drive to Temecula to show a home. Don't forget, anytime you travel, let's say I went to Hawaii, it could be a family travel event, but if there's a business purpose to it, maybe I spent 2 or 3 days looking at real estate properties, maybe 2 or 3 days could be deductible. If I have a meeting with a client or whatnot and talk talk about your purpose. What was the intent of your travel, and who did you meet with? You log the time, log the event and area or the restaurant you went to. So that way you can legally deduct these travel expenses that you're taking advantage of in your business. So there's a lot of different cool things you can do. So don't forget, you have license fees, association dues, your prints and marketing advertisements you conduct, meals and entertainment with clients, or client appreciation events, or maybe you run a promotion and want to give out a bunch of calendars and magnets and this and this and that. That's fine. Those are all legal business expenses. And if you could justify it, you got the receipt, great. You know, take advantage of spending the money for others and giving out and promoting future business. It's much, much better than paying taxes on that income. So if you have supplies, don't forget your insurance. There's so much you can legally deduct. It's just whether you can itemize it out. Like maybe you bought a brand new phone, maybe a new computer, maybe you can justify your new car. And there's a special thing called Section 179 of the tax code of IRS that allows you to take advantage of purchasing a truck for your business that weighs over 6,000 pounds. And that's a full deduction that you can take off of your income.
Inside the house already though.
Who's talking? Can I have someone mute? Sorry, I gotta mute somebody. All right. So,
Get it?
all right, so we got, don't forget to make your estimated tax payments. I always do this every year, and I just do it at actually the first quarter. I just pay in full because it's just so much easier to think about it. And most importantly, increase your income so that dealing with your tax liability actually is a good problem. So if you're dealing with high taxes, that means it was a good year. Okay, and think about it, and like I said, think positive. That's true. Okay, you had a lot amount of commissions, you had a good amount of sales. And so if you're thinking about how to reduce your tax liability, that's a good problem to have. So talk to your tax advisor how you can get more deductions. And lastly, there is a tip for you that I'm not going to go through it all, but I'm just going to tell you, if you're making over $70,000 annually, it may be worthwhile to consider incorporating. Maybe you want to get yourself into an S Corp and have family members on your payroll. Or maybe you have children under 18 who can start shifting some of your own income where you can strategically separate and hit yourself into certain tax brackets. So if you want your personal level of income to be at this amount, great. You can shift income around through how you plan your entity. So consider it if you're making over 70,000 annually, and there is great tax planning people who can help you with that. All right, moving on. We've got very limited time. I'm going to move on to our new listings. Any questions on that? Great things to have a discussion with your accountant as you plan your and file your taxes. So hopefully you learned something with this new tips to get you prepared and say, oh, I forgot to do all of this in 2021. Well, right now we're only one quarter through the 2022. Start now. Backdate till January, get your journal going. That'll help you next year in April when April comes around. So stop procrastinating, guys. This is all helpful stuff. We got Henry Liu. He's got a new listing over here. Congrats on this coming soon. This is 1013 10th Avenue, Arcadia. $3 million and 90,000 asking price for this 5-bedroom, 5-bath, gorgeous home on a 24,000 lot. Very rare, hard to find, big home. Hope you have a client for this. Talk to Henry if you have anyone or any questions. Congratulations to the new listing for Steve Hang for 530,000. You got this condo over here, Ramona Parkway, Baldwin Park, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,397 square feet. Talk to Steve if you have anyone looking for an affordable condo right here in a good area. You got Nancy Liu, 14133 Rockenbach Street, Baldwin Park. This 4-bedroom, 4-bath, single family, almost 2,000 square feet on a decent 6482 lot. So talk to her if you got any clients for a single family under 800,000. That's rare here locally. So it looks pretty, looks good. Expanded driveway, awesome. Henry's got a gorgeous South Pasadena home, almost $3 million for this lovely 2-story single family in 1813 Ramona Ave, 3,304 square feet, and there's 7 bedrooms, guys, 6 baths on the 9,260 square foot lot. Talk to Henry if you got anyone looking for this beautiful property. This one looks remodeled and nicely, nice curb appeal. Tammy Chung has a gorgeous home in Covina, single family, 1356 Edenfield Ave. Wow, it's only $675,000 for this lovely beauty. This should sell fast. 1125 square feet, 4 bedrooms in a, wow. I don't know how you squeeze 4 bedrooms in 1125 square feet. There might be some additional areas or enclosed patio, but hey, I do think this is going to sell. Kevin Can, 212 Electric Avenue, number E, Alhambra. 2 beds, 2 baths for this townhouse style property. This is a monthly rent for lease, so only $3,000 per month for 1,108 square feet. So talk to Kevin. You got anyone looking for someone to rent? Electric Avenue is a good location in North Alhambra. We got 56, this might be a typo. I think it's 5608 to 5616 for this triplex, Moreno Street in Montclair. This triplex is a single family with 2 detached units, and it's 3,060 square foot for almost 27,000 square foot lot. And where can you get a triplex for only 1.8 million? Here in Montclair, right in the foothills of, you can see right there with the backdrop. So I can tell you it's a good property, looks like it's in good shape, and a lot of investors right now are moving their money away from the risky stocks and portfolios of everything online. People are shifting their money looking for single family or 1 to 4 units, because once you hit 5 units in commercial, that's a different financing. It's a different type of insurance and different type of risk. But when you're buying duplex, triplexes, oh, people love these and they're gravitating towards them because you don't have to deal with all that statewide rent control. Too much of those issues because you can live in one of these units. You don't have too many restrictions. It's a lot easier to qualify. So it's a good product to look for duplex, triplex, quadplex. Min Wynn's got another listing. He's back in business, working hard. 12635 7th Street, Yucaipa. This 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1438 square foot, single family, only 549,000. So talk to him if you got anyone looking for Yucaipa, something affordable. And Daniel Wong, just saw him this morning. He's 1910 Cape Heart Ave in Duarte. He's back at work, working hard on this listing. This is 2 bed, 2 bath, 1,248 square feet for only 719,000. Congratulations to same listing. Let's move on to the next one. I got a new listing co-listed with Mei Zhang. So this just hit the MLS last night as I finished it. It's coming soon. 1976 Haywood Street, unit number F, Simi Valley. Only 408,000 for this 879 square foot condo, 2 beds, 2 baths. This should sell. It's many comps and same price range. New flooring installed, and we have paint, fresh paint. So it's going to be ready this weekend once the flooring is finished. Talk to me or May if you want to get in. It's coming soon.
Awesome. Congratulations, everybody.
All right. And these are the ones that truly to pop the champagne bottles. We got quite a bit of closings in the last couple of weeks. Very proud of Henry Liu. He got this one condo closed, 830,000 on 13810 Cameron Court, 3-bedroom, 2 bath, 1838 square foot condominium townhouse style. And Jennifer Huang got 901 Golden Springs Drive, just closed in Diamond Bar. This one sold only 452,000. That's a steal. So 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. Great job, Jennifer. Henry got another one closed over here, 838,000 for this San Gabriel newer construction, 909 Santa Fe Ave, number C. Wow, 838,000 for this 1,804 square foot condo. This is a good location right here, just north of Mission. And I've seen some of these units as well, built pretty well. Mission Walk. This is another closed escrow, 1445 Forest Glen. This is unit 181, Hacienda Heights. We got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath square foot condo sold at 590,000. Pretty good price for the 1,100 square foot condo. Congrats, Kevin and Carmen Lee. Way to go. You got your just leased out this beautiful First Avenue, Unit B, Arcadia, 1,584 square feet, getting a rent of $34.50. It's pretty good. Newly constructed 2017. Good job, Carmen and Margaret, getting your lease over here in Arcadia. This lovely beauty, 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, leased out for $5,900 per month on Magnolia. Carmen also leased out in Rancho Cucamonga, Summerlin Place. This 1919 square foot single family is leased out at $3,300 per month, less than $2. Good rate. Henry Liu, we also just closed on this beautiful Nogales Medical Professional Plaza building. Wow, must be a mistake. No, this is just an office building for $518,000. Just not the entire building. It's a condominium within that building, unit number 217 on Valley Boulevard in West Covina. So $518,000 for an office medical condo. We got Jing Chang. Congratulations on your closed escrow, 1701 Cedar Street, Alhambra. 3 beds, 2.5 baths, 1,350 square feet. This townhouse closed for $740,000. Way to go.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I love that you got extra. You don't rarely see townhouses have all that extra skylights. So that really brings in that niceness, the ambiance to that property. I love seeing Lorena get her closing over here. This is 929 8th Street, Alhambra. This big lot of 11,300 just sold for $1,020,000. I think there's a typo. I don't think it's 8 beds and 6.75 baths. Apologize, but this is single family, $1,020,000. 221 Altern Street. This single family, congratulations to Clinton. This young dude just closed 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,448 square feet. And this lot was 9,093. He did a great job. Asked me a lot of questions about Arcadia and whatnot. Very happy for Clinton and his young, bright new career. Daniel Wong just closed over here, 4841 Philadelphia Street, Chino, representing buyer, 4 beds, 2 baths, $712,000. Lovely property. Congratulations to him. And Christy Le closed on 3741 Corta Calle Street in Pasadena. This lovely remodeled 910 square foot home. I don't have the price on here, but check it out on the MLS if you want to see it. It'll be reported there. Great job, Christy. And Manny Aquino got his listing in Whittier closed, 11451 Hadley Street, near the historical area of Whittier and Painter Ave. This is 3 beds, 2 baths, 2,000 square foot living area, 780,000 single family. Way to go, Manny. You had multiple offers and got this one closed. Did a great job representing that seller. Proud of you. Julia Jang. Oh, this is a beautiful promenade right here in Long Beach condominium. 750,000 for this 3 bedroom, 2 bath. I think it's 1121 square feet or 1210. Apologize. That's 750,000 and just closed quickly. So I remember she also had multiple offers on this one, and very, very pleased to see everyone selling your listings quickly. Okay, 734,000 for this beautiful PUD style. This is a townhouse, 3 bedroom, 3 bath in North Hills. Melissa Chang, congratulations. You're having a rock star year continuing from last year. So I'm very, very happy to see you really get a bunch of activity and sales going on and working hard. Anything you guys want to pitch coming soon, needs and wants? Anything else that you guys want to talk about? Any questions? That's the end of the sales meeting. I'm very, very pleased and excited to share with you.
Kelvin,
Yeah,
is
Gene.
yeah, is it the property tax bill we get waived, not to don't need to pay? I overheard that. Yeah.
Everyone has to pay property tax bills unless you have an impounded mortgage where your
Right.
lender is paying and has an impound account against it. So yes, if you have property, everyone pays property tax.
No, no,
And
no, no. They have a waiver this year from the government in New York, but I'm not sure. Is it the California? They
a
waive.
waiver of taxes.
Yeah, that's what I overheard the news. So
maybe a state tax you can waive, or they have an some sort of maybe ability to postpone. So the state could revise when they're due or give an extension. But no, federally speaking, I have no news of waivers of taxes. This is what our country relies on, our schools and police officers and everything.
It's never gonna happen.
No, not in our lifetime. That's a scary thing.
There's three things. There remains
constant
consistent in life. Constant is death. What is it?
Pay
Death,
taxes.
And something else. I remember.
I know there's three. Yeah. I don't know the third one either, but it's a constant. And we'll address taxes in tomorrow's class. We'll go in, answer questions, all that good stuff. So I look forward to seeing you all there.
Any other questions, guys? Anything I can help you with?
No, good meeting. Thank you so much, Kevin. I
good meeting.
appreciate that. So the buzzword out there is pivot.
Yep.
Pivot. We need to pivot. We need to modify. We need to do what we need to do. We need to inspire sellers. You talked about the tears, Kelvin. I've never cried in front of a seller, but you know what? Whatever works, whatever works, you have to feel the vibe and go with the vibe. There's a seller nearby here, just a few doors down when we do our pop-ups. And I walked by and I saw, and I didn't know that was a homeowner. And I just had a very mini conversation with him. And I said, I did call the sheriffs on this home once. And he said, why is that? And I said, oh, I'm very observant. And I was very scared of the people that were standing in front of the home.
Oh.
And then long story short, he says, you are very observant. He says, I own the property and I actually had to evict them. They're the first one out of 18 years that I actually had to evict.
Oh,
so, that led to other conversations. And next thing you know, he was very guarded. Next thing you know, he's showing me the house and, he says, oh, my wife is the one that leases it. I said, oh, who's she employed with? What brokerage? And he says, oh, she's not. And then, so I gave him the value and the power. Next thing you know of hiring a realtor is he got teary-eyed. So I didn't get teary-eyed, but he got teary-eyed. And he got teary-eyed because we're not living in the same world that we were living before. We all have a different mentality now.
Yeah.
We are, we cry. And Kelvin, we just need to invest in ourselves and we need to have a room. We need to have a therapy room here, which we do. We'll come over.
Thank you for sharing that. And I don't want to end on a sad note, but I do think it's important to share. Speaking about crying and tears coming through, I just want to say my heart goes out to the family of Marissa Ho. Some of you guys who've been with my company for a long term. Marissa Ho passed away. I got the news last week.
I'm so sorry.
Her funeral is coming up April 9th. And one of our past realtors with us, who's been a great guy as well, Tony Rodriguez. If you guys know him, he's been with my firm.
Yeah.
And I want to say he also had a sudden surprise stroke. So he passed away as well. And if you guys want to go, I have information. If you guys know him, on both of their funeral arrangements. So send messages and warm regards to their family. Our condolences to their family. And like I said, guys, life is short. So make a valuable use of your time and show and have that appreciation for everyone. Because like I said in the beginning, have that 3 new appreciation things that you value. Don't forget to share what you value and tell the people around you love them, that you're so valuable to spend that time. Don't be too busy in your lives to spend 5 minutes of you know, whatever conversation you have with others, because that's the whole purpose of our life, you know, is the meaning is, in my opinion, is how you behave, act, and build your personal relationships with others. So don't forget to focus on your relationships. I love you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Great
Back at
meeting.
you.
Thanks for
Love
being here.
everyone.
Yes.
An
Back at
agency
you.
with a lot of heart. An agency with a lot of heart. Let me see.
Exactly.
Good. Okay, my
Lot of
kitty
warmth.
guys. There we go. There we go. Love you guys.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
See you guys.